From the Pac Northwest to Tampa Bay.
Something spooky's coming your way.
Ba-da, da, 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 da.
Ba-da, da, 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 da. On Vamp'd.
Hi, everyone. It's me, Ophelia.
And I'm Kassy.
And welcome to
Vamp'd. Everyone's favorite podcast where we talk about vampire fads from the 2000s to today.
And anything else that comes up along the way.
So sit back,
relax,
and enjoy the show.
Okay, Kassy. Guess what?
What?
I actually finished something for once. Aren't you proud of me?
Oh my God, I'm so proud.
Yeah, I finished Twilight like we talked about.
Nice. How was it?
So I think you were right in your prediction about how I wasn't going to fall in love again per se, because it's not as good as I remember.
Yeah. Did you hear the song I was talking about? Edward's
Yes.
Robert Pattinson song?
Yes, and it sounds exactly like another song. Like the oh she goes on.
Oh,
you know which song I'm talking about?
Yes.
And it's not by Robert Pattinson, it's by someone else. And like I wouldn't think that's him because his voice is like a little higher than the song that was singing.
Yeah, also it was like kind of like country drawl-ish, you know what I mean?
Which is super weird because he's British. I was also thinking that, yes.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't as bad as you made it out to be.
The song or the end of the movie?
Yes.
No. Yes.
No, in all seriousness, I'd say the song wasn't that bad. The end of the movie was pretty. There was a lot going on.
Yeah.
A lot going on. Like, they definitely did not pick the strongest actors to play the two leads.
Yeah. Well, I also think like I feel like Kristen Stewart has like since blossomed. Like she was in Charlie's Angels and that was fantastic. I think she's been in a couple other things too. I think it was just I think really honestly neither of them wanted to do that role. It was more of like a money grabber, which I totally would have too.
Well, and yeah, because it was such a big deal in the books that they knew it was going to be so much, regardless of like how bad the first one was. They knew it had to go someplace.
Right. Well, and it was like guaranteed cash too. Like it was a sensation, you know, an international sensation.
And the acting sensation that is Kristen Stewart now. I think a big part of her journey was her like coming out, because did you see her Christmas movie on Hulu?
Yes. Oh my God, that was so cute.
Good.
That was so good. Yes, I forgot about that. Yeah,
so,
I
like,
agree.
So like to compare that to Twilight is just mind-boggling.
Right. I will agree with that. Yeah, I think that was a huge, which that has to be so tough because she was a child actor. Like, like catch that kid or
oh my God, yes, I loved that movie so much with her and Corbin Bleu, and they had to rob the bank, and they had like she skateboarded, and like, oh my goodness, I can watch that movie on repeat.
Yeah. So I feel like growing up, like that had to have, I can't imagine, like that had to have been so hard,
especially since, you know, the movies do that thing where they force the lead actor and actress together into a couple. Like, I don't know if her and Robinson Patterson, I don't know if her and Robert Pattinson were married ever, were they? Or they were pretty close to getting married?
I don't know about pretty close to getting married. I know they were like a thing and then like she cheated or something, but also like who the fuck knows? Like,
no, because that's all, frankly, I don't care enough. Like, it's fun to read it on the front of a paper, but like, no, not my business.
When that shit is also like, like, was that had to have been half for publicity? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, because like they could have paired her up with Taylor Lautner, especially once he got rid of that horrible wig.
Oh my god, that horrible wig. Though she had some horrible wigs too.
I know I was gonna try to do my hair like hers, with the like little ponytails in the back and like the flip over them, but I'm not the best wig stylist yet.
Yeah, yet.
But neither was her wig stylist. So
really though,
that's a good stepping point.
Also, this wig is amazing. I love this wig. It's definitely one of my favorites. It's so sleek and cute.
Gosh, I know. And it's so light on my head. And the surprising thing is like, this is probably the cheapest one that I own.
Yeah.
But this isn't a wig. This is my hair. That's why it's so cheap. Duh.
Right. Duh. Of course. Go. Yeah. So, okay. So when you left off at LaPush, right?
Yes. Like she was like, oh, I'm going to LaPush. And Edward was like, I can't go. It's going to be crowded. Right. And then they like show this empty ass beach that's like super cold and they're all like surfing, which is kind of weird considering like the time of year, and wouldn't the water be freezing?
Oh, I'm sure. The water is always cold. Like living now in Oregon, now living in Oregon and like going to the coast, even when it's like 90 degrees, 100 degrees in Portland, you go to the coast and it might be nice, but the water is still frigid, which is during the summer.
Yes. And this was like the end of the school year. So it would have been like March, I assume, maybe April. So it would be like freezing. Like I'm in Florida and the water is freezing here in March and April. So I cannot even imagine how it would be in Washington.
Mm-hmm.
Like that sounds horrible.
Yeah. And then the whole, God, I just watched it a week ago and I feel like it's like come and gone from my memory. LaPush, and then that's when they start dating, and he's like, they like go to school together. He picks her up every day.
Well, no, they started dating because he was literally stalking her. She went to the town. So weird. They went to the town to like buy a dress or something.
Right.
And Bella just needed that book because the werewolves at LaPush are they're not werewolves yet. We don't know that. The Quillettes, I've never been able to say that whenever I read the book, whenever I was reading it. Quillette. I don't know. I was always like, every time I read it, I was like, I read it differently, like Q's and L's, they don't work with me. I don't read well. I don't talk good either.
I don't talk good. Well, listen, Carlisle, I never knew that was his name until the movie because Carlisle? It's spelled literally.
So many people that I have spoken with about this knew that, but like it's kind of like Isle, like the Isle in the Island. The one that I never knew was Isla Fisher, the actress who looks exactly like the actress that replaced Victoria, who I completely forgot about in Twilight, by the way.
Yeah. Well, the OG actor, Victoria, she's the dude, The Village. Did you watch that movie?
I've seen
that like scary one. And she's the daughter of that dude. Yeah, she's the daughter of that dude. Yeah, I think the dude who made it, or the director or something.
Maybe, but isn't The Village M. Night Shyamalan, or am I just really off?
Oh,
I think I'm really off. I don't think.
Well, you're really off pronouncing his name.
M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong.
Okay, no.
No, I think it's M. Night Shyamalan. Like Shyamala, like Kamala.
Okay.
I'm wrong.
Hold on, let me Google it real quick.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it's M. Night Shyamalan.
So he did do The Village.
Yeah, he did, but I swear Bryce Dallas Howard.
No, that's the one that replaces the original. Victoria, because I had to look it up.
No, she's the original Victoria.
No, because I had to look it up because I saw this girl and I saw James with his shirt off and I was like, why the fuck doesn't he have a shirt on? But we'll put that on the back burner. But I saw this girl and I was like, who is that lady with James and Laurent? You know, I was like, that is not the girl that I remember. So I like went on and looked it up and did some snooping. And it's funny because they didn't replace her until the third movie. But like we remember the one from the third movie, not the one from the first.
Wait.
Your mind is blown.
Wait, she was replaced in New Moon or no?
No, she was replaced in Eclipse.
Shut up.
So it was the same actress for Twilight and New Moon.
What?
But not Eclipse. They replaced her with Bryce Dallas Howard, who is more well known and more like recognizable.
Wait, who was the original bitch?
I have never seen her in anything other than Twilight.
Oh, yes. I have seen her.
Oh, really?
Yes.
What in?
Yes. Yes. Hold on. I know she looks familiar. I know she does. I'm looking it up right now.
I love IMDb like that.
But
gives me
yes.
life.
No, Ron Howard is
Bryce Dallas Howard's dad.
Yes.
Okay, I do remember that from when Jurassic World came out. They made a big deal about it.
God, what do I remember this bitch from?
I'm gonna say nothing.
No. She was in Charmed, which I do remember.
Okay.
I think she was in a couple episodes, but I swear she was in something else. You know what? I'm gonna think about it, and then I'm gonna come back next week and I'm gonna be like, this is where I remember her from.
Okay.
And
that works for me because she's also in New Moon. And next week I feel like we should talk about New Moon.
Yes,
because
we need to talk about New Moon. I need to watch New Moon. I haven't.
Oh, I need to watch New Moon too, but like I don't remember it at all because there's so much from Twilight that I don't remember. Like the guy with his shirt off that like wants to eat Bella and hunt Bella. I like completely glossed over the part, I guess, where they like go into town and like they want to eat Bella. Like I knew they were a big part, but then I like forgot about them, like Laurent and James and Victoria.
Right. Well, no, because it doesn't Laurent want to do his own thing because he's like, Victoria wants to kill this bitch, but I'm just trying to be peaceful.
Because that was when they were all like playing baseball and then they came in like slow motion on the moving sidewalk.
Yes.
I know. It's just and I forgot about it. That was like one of the best parts of the movie though. Hands down, that baseball scene was very dramatic, but very, very fun to watch.
And that because it had super massive black hole.
Was that the song playing?
Yeah, it was.
Okay. I do remember that. And then like after that baseball scene, the movie escalated so quickly and like ended like they ran away so fast and Bella was so mean to Charlie. Like why was she so mean to Daddy Charlie?
She said some rough shit. I'll say that. What was it? She was like, don't suffocate me like you did Mom or some shit.
You have to breathe like her too because she breathed through her mouth in the first movie. Yeah. And then she was like, oh, it's fine. I'm just going to drive through the night. I'm going home. Like, no, bitch, you're 17. You're not going to drive.
Really, like, though? Like, yeah, what parent would let their kid be like 17 driving? That has to be 1,200 miles.
Exactly. And like it's not like she has a car that's reliable. She has
and that beat ass, that beat up truck. No way.
And she's like angry, like parenting 101. Parenting 101 is like, do not let your child leave angry.
Right. Well, especially like at night, that had to have been at like 8 or 9 o'clock at night, you know.
Really late. And then like she was like, well, if I get tired, I'll stay in a hotel. What hotel, Bella? What
Yeah, what
hotel? You are
hotel's gonna let a
17.
17? Yep. Yep.
You are 17, Bella. No. No, no, no.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Daddy Charlie, I still love you. But that was a bad parenting choice.
that was a bad parenting choice there, Charlie.
No, no,
Agreed.
no, Daddy Charlie.
But
And
then that's the shit where like this, so I realize like vampires and shit, but also what parent, because I think about to like when, so they get to the ballet actually pause because I was about to jump ahead a bunch.
That's literally what happens though.
That's true. Yeah, so that's the thing. So it's like some crazy shit. Then he goes, kidnaps the mom, but like really doesn't, whatever. But then gets broken leg and shit and ends up in the hospital. But like, what parents, Renee and Charlie, like your kid ends up in the hospital with like loss of blood, broken leg, and they're like, she fell through a window,
and they
like,
believe it.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
No, that's where it gets so ridiculous. And then I do have to say the scene where Edward is like sucking her arm during all of that, like why the freak was it so like intense and like dirty? Was it supposed to get all the people to like flood their basements?
I guess, but it just made me uncomfortable, honestly.
So
even when I was 16, when I watched it.
So uncomfortable. Like I just do not understand it. And then gosh, also during all of that, like wouldn't they notice the like big ass bite on her arm? Because it was very noticeable in the film.
Yeah, I agree. Which at that point it's like, what fucking kinky shit are y'all into? Also, you're 17, stop.
Really? They're 17. I guess that's what makes me so uncomfortable now too, is that like they're 17. And like back then it was like okay to like sexualize 17-year-olds, even though it was never okay at all. But like now being not 16, 17, gosh, I was probably 15 when this movie came out, 14.
Right. Yeah, 14, 15.
That's weird. That's really weird.
And I don't know if you had this experience, but I remember seeing it with my grandma because I had first seen it like Midnight Madness and then I saw it again because I was obsessed. And I saw it with my grandma and her two friends, like family friends. We always grew up, like went to the movies and stuff. And it was these 3 adult women. And I remember, and I went with Bobby, my younger sister. And yes, after the movie, love Bobby. She'll be on here eventually, probably when we talk about New Moon. I don't know, we'll see.
Will be soon. I'm feeling it.
Yep, I agree. But I remember leaving the theater and literally all of them were like, that was really uncomfortable. Why do you all like that? And I remember being like, oh my God, like, okay. But now I'm like, they're so right. Like, this is uncomfortable.
So uncomfortable. And like even the end, like after it all goes down, when Jacob comes and is like, Bella, my dad paid me to come tell you to break up with your boyfriend.
Oh my God, too much.
But that was like a really good lead up to New Moon, especially like, I don't know if you caught this, but I did, and it made me laugh. When like they were leaving and like Edward and Bella were walking away, and Edward was like, oh, the wolves are out tonight, after he saw Jacob.
Oh, I did not.
It's such a small thing, and it's such a like good hint at New Moon, because like we don't know that they're werewolves at the time of Twilight. Right. So that like definitely sets the next sequel up. Right. And it like made me want to go watch New Moon now.
Right. Okay. Well, yeah, let's watch New Moon. Actually, I did watch Vampire Suck, so we should talk about that next week. But then New Moon afterwards, because also I need some time to watch New Moon because
me too. Because I started to watch Vampire Suck, and I noticed that the beginning was New Moon, but then I like remembered parts were like Twilight in it. So like, how about we do this? I will finish Vampire Suck because I'm horrible at watching movies. Yeah. And I'll watch New Moon and we'll talk about those next week.
Perfect.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Well, then we have a plan. And thank you so much, Kassy, for joining me today. I had fun talking about Twilight.
I know, we finally finished it. Now we can move on and experience more cringe-worthy content that is the Twilight saga.
Yes, yes, yes.
Thank you, Ophelia, for joining me. And I'm so excited to talk next week.
Me too. And thank you, everyone, for listening to the pod.
We hope you enjoyed.
And be sure to follow us and like and subscribe this. And follow us on Instagram at Ophelia Oliver 00.
And I'm at Kassy Pettit.
And be sure to check us out on YouTube as well to see all of our amazing looks from this episode and anything else we decide to throw in there.
Stay woke and remember to shine with the light from the sun.
Because this is what dreams are made of. Bye.